Do it right or don't do it right, but you can't change it. And during the ritual, you can't change it. Now you can't move them around and scoot them and cheat them. Let them land where they land. Eventually you'll learn. Your hands will learn how to do it. And they'll be aimed slightly out from the flame, as I'm showing here. On one configuration, another configuration, they are perfectly straight up and down for different, that's different times of the year. That will be solstices and equinoxes. You'll put them straight up and down. Other times you'll have them slightly at a spray, like this, coming out from the central sun like that. And the reason for that is because it conforms to actual flatland. The best way to explain the universe is that it's a sheet of paper, endless sheet of paper in every direction, but it is only a sheet of paper. It's on the thin side. So you're sitting with it, and what you're going to do is just consider that this is the central sun and that each of these is a world in itself. It is a membrane within which are billions upon billions upon billions, countless billions of galaxies, within which are countless billions of stars, trillions and zillions of stars, and around which are umpteen illions of planets, some of which are Earth-like. And it's so large it is as if infinite. It isn't infinite, it's as if infinite. And each of these contains one such universal world. In one of those worlds, the hell beings dominate. In another one of those worlds, the brute beings dominate. In another one, hungry ghosts. In another one, the humans. In another one, it's jealous gods. Or demonic gods, if you want to call them that. Zeus, Hera. They're pretty wild. I mean, they're kind of jealous, you know what I mean? Demeter. Then there are the gods. Those are the creator gods. That's if you want to understand the level of godness, then there's a book John wrote. What was it then called? Simulations of God, John C. Lilly, M.D. Check it out. I don't know if you'll be able to get a copy these days, but if you can't and you want copies, let us know, and I will arrange to get rights to publish that again, because it's a hell of a book. Helps you understand what godness is about. And goddessness, I mean, it really helps you understand what level of godhood you're talking about. If indeed you're talking about any level of godhood at all, how do I know? Okay, so let's go rebirth in, and I go down the list. The first one I reject rebirth in is the hell world. Easy as pie, no problem. I can reject rebirth in the hell world, can't you? So, and harps and fluffy clouds. It's a very, very sweet place. It's the place where the Brahmin live, rather. And so it's a very sweet place. It's a nice place to live. You wouldn't want to visit. Someday it will matter. Somebody will say you did it wrong. And you can walk across the water and ask them which way it was supposed to be. I'll explain how this works, but you have to see these. But I will show you how this works, and I will now turn this toward you so you can see the layout. This is the layout. These are two forms of emotional meditation. This one will look the same either way, but just to square the record, I'll just turn it for you like this, okay? So this one is one configuration, which is the central sun configuration. This one is going to be a second emotional meditation. Is called passing soul meditation. And that's the. So you'll have your souls in here, your ready souls in here. These are souls which are ready to pass. And you have your burning bead up top here, holding bead rather, up top here, which is the bead that will actually force them through the crown chakra. This becomes the base, the lid becomes the base of your incense. I now have this incense which I am sitting with. And the incense is burning. This is not an incense now. This is a passing soul. I am with this passing soul. I might speak to it. It might speak to me. I might respond to it. It might respond to me. I might read for it. I might just sit with it. And he or she is very close to passing at this time. So you sit with this individual, this being who is about to pass. And you make that passage as comfortable as possible, as easy as possible, and as transitional as possible so that they are still conscious after that passing. And that is a matter of, there's some tricks to it that I can certainly pass on to you as we go. But you have to try it first before I will help you to correct what you're doing. In other words, you can't correct what you're doing if you're doing nothing.
I mean, you can't correct what you're going to do.
Yes. So these should burn for about three minutes or less. Some of them might burn for as much as 5 minutes. He's almost ready to go. When he does, there'll be a little kind of a puff sometimes. Other times just a smooth exit, so smooth. And you notice different exits will happen. Here we go. Now I'm just going to observe this passing. Still there. Now, that last breath. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this is the portable unit. So you have two basic choices. One of which is you have it outside the top, like this, and the other is you have it inside the top. My preference, because in that case, you actually can. You can make that very, very invisible. See? Now, if you wanted, I would. It's a shame to mount this one inside, except magically speaking, it's brilliant, but it's boring looking. If you don't mind boring looking, I think this is probably if you are a professional LRS reader, you really want to be a pro reader, this is the way to go. You take one of these, as I shall call them, bone inlaid, turquoise inlaid bone beads, and you stick it inside here like this. It fits perfectly in there. No one will ever know. And you have this, let's call it bone bead in there holding these things. This bone bead is
Don't they have coral in them too?
Sometimes there's coral, sometimes not. However, that bone bead was involved in rituals of passing in a far country. Enough said about that. And so I can't really sell those beads. What I can do is, if you want one of those beads, I will accept a donation toward the ashram project, or toward, if you like, toward the Om Mani Padme Hum project, or whatever you like. To be decided between us. You tell me what you think is fair, and I will decide whether I'm going to accept that donation. Vial, not full of, You're going to get about 8 or so, maybe 10 sticks. And if you want a lot of sticks, you show me that you can use them, that you're planning on using them. Don't just accumulate these, because these things all have blessings on them, all are tied to an actual situation. So you want to be responsible for like a half dozen to a dozen of these at a time only.